Kate Martin has been talked about. Like, I've talked about it like for months, that Kate Martin is effectively guaranteed in Unrivaled.
Kate Martin is quickly becoming a prominent personality in the Unmatched League, stirring intense discussions with her growing influence. Fans might not have seen her coming, yet her role could be the key to unlocking Caitlyn Clark's future in the league. With Martin already stirring the pot, could her rising popularity bring Clark to Unrivaled, shift the league's entire dynamic? For Clark fans and Iowa loyalists, this moment is loaded with potential, and it's shaping up to be a real game changer as Kate Martin settles into her role in the Unrivaled League. Fans and critics alike are buzzing about what her presence could mean. For some, it's surprising Martin's not ranked among the WNBA's top 100 players, yet her name draws incredible attention.
The truth, Kate Martin is not in the top 100 players in the WNBA.
That is the truth. Kate Martin is not in the top 100 players in the WNBA, and here's why. Her following is anything but ordinary. Thanks to her years alongside Caitlyn Clark, she's gathered an intense fan base of Iowa loyalists who view her as more than just a player. They see her as a symbol of their hometown pride. This popularity isn't just about her court skills, it's about how she's managed to connect with fans in ways most players only dream of.
Have to be top 100 players to be one of the top 10 most popular players in the W. She was top 15 in All-Star votes. She has more jersey sales than A'ja Wilson.
Unrivaled decision to bring Martin on board might seem unconventional to those focused purely on stats, but there's a much bigger strategy at play for Unrivaled. It's not just about having the most skilled players, it's about drawing an audience, creating buzz, and giving fans someone to rally behind. In that sense, Martin fits the bill perfectly. Her presence alone has Iowa fans talking, and with every game her popularity continues to grow. And while many may question the decision, Unrivaled is banking on one thing: that Kate Martin's star power will be a gateway to something even bigger.
Maybe why they left it till now. I think they are trying to use Kate Martin being there as a way to get Caitlyn Clark.
So, let's bring Caitlyn Clark into the picture. Clark's a phenom. Her name alone commands attention across the basketball world. Unrivaled knows this, and they know that if they can bring Clark into their ranks, it would change everything. The question is, would Martin's presence sway Clark toward the league? After all, the two share a history and a bond that goes beyond basketball. They've been teammates, friends, and icons together, and fans have watched their dynamic play out over the years. Clark might see Unrivaled differently with Martin. Already, they're especially knowing how strongly her fan base feels about Martin.
The only reason Kate Martin is there is because of Clark. I mean, yes and no.
The league has kept a slot open. Fans speculate in hopes that Clark will see Martin's success and consider joining. And if she does, it would validate everything Unrivaled has done so far. It would show that their approach works, that there's a place for players like Martin and Clark to shape a league that's driven by both talent and influence. For now, the ball's in Clark's court, and fans across the board are eager to see what she decides. For Caitlyn Clark, this choice isn't just about where she'll play next, it's about setting a standard, about being part of something that's reshaping women's basketball. The impact of her decision could go beyond the league itself, inspiring other players to make moves that prioritize not just their skill, but their brand. It's a powerful moment, one that shows just how much the sport has evolved and how much potential it holds for the future. Martin's impact is undeniable, whether people agree with her place in Unrivaled or not. She's proving that popularity and competence can coexist, that being a fan favorite doesn't make her any less deserved of her slot. For those who support her, Martin is a reminder that women's basketball is as much about community as it is about competition. Her fans rally around her, showing up to games, buying jerseys, and keeping her name at the forefront of every conversation. Caitlyn Clark is more than a player. She's a phenomenon. From her jaw-dropping stats to her game-defining plays, she's attracted the attention of fans globe, delivering her signature energy to every game. For Unrivaled, adding Clark to their roster could be the final piece in their strategy to revolutionize the sport. Imagine Clark, known for her high basketball IQ and dynamic gameplay, bringing her talents to a league that's already making waves. With its unconventional approach, her presence could lend Unrivaled instant credibility, and fans would undoubtedly follow her every move. For many, Unrivaled understands that if they can land a player of her caliber, they're not just building a team, they're building a brand. For Clark, joining Unrivaled wouldn't just be another career move. It could be the start of a legacy and a way to have a significant impact on the future of sports. Clark is the pinnacle of modern women's basketball. She has the kind of appeal that transcends boundaries, attracting fans who may not have followed the sport before. In turn, the league would benefit from her skills as well as her fame, admirers, and undeniable impact. Kate, however, Martin's contribution to this narrative is still essential if Clark's existence would support the league's vision. By bringing Martin on board, it is sending a message that his involvement has set the stage. They are searching for athletes who can establish a personal connection with supporters. Martin's presence is a nod to the community aspect of women's sports, demonstrating that players who inspire loyalty and support are valuable assets even if they aren't ranked in the top 100. This is where Clark's decision comes into play, as Martin is already a part of an unmatched league that is fostering an environment where players can thrive as more than just athletes. They are personalities, influencers, and ambassadors for the sport. For Clark, who is well aware of her influence, this opportunity could offer a new kind of freedom where she is recognized for her abilities and appreciated for her relationship with fans in this league. She wouldn't just be another player, she would be a foundational piece. Someone with the ability to influence unrivaled culture. But let's not overlook the possible drawbacks for Clark. Choosing unrivaled means joining a league that is still in its infancy. Given the league's distinct emphasis on marketability and popularity, some fans contend that a player of her caliber ought to be concentrating on leagues that are exclusively skill-based, where her gameplay would be the only focus. Would the league's strategy affect her reputation if she joined Unrivaled? Or would she elevate the league and give it the credibility it needs to thrive? These questions have sparked countless discussions among fans and analysts about what would be best for Clark's career. On the one hand, the league's unrivaled approach is exciting because it gives players a chance to gain a following and shape its direction. On the other hand, there are worries that this emphasis on marketability could weaken the competitive spirit of women's basketball and make it more of a spectator sport rather than a sport. For Clark, these worries are probably part of her decision-making process because she is known for her focus, dedication, and desire to be the best. Meanwhile, the league is still building its roster, carefully choosing players who bring a balance between skill and appeal. The final spots are still up for grabs, and fans are speculating about who might be next. The excitement surrounding these decisions is palpable, especially since so many people are wondering if Clark will join. If she does, it would solidify Unrivaled as more than just an experimental league. It would make a force to be reckoned with the significance of her potential involvement. Unrivaled executives have openly acknowledged the influence she could bring for them. Securing Clark would mean validation for their approach, a sign that they're on to something revolutionary, demonstrating that they're not just trying to create another basketball league, but rather are aiming to redefine what a sports league can be by fusing competition with culture in a way that appeals to today's fans. As a result, Clark's choice has consequences that go beyond her career. Kate Martin wants to establish a standard by demonstrating that women's sports can innovate and adapt, establishing environments where players can succeed on and off the court. In a way, her journey with Unrivaled has already been revolutionary. She is bridging the gap between traditional sports values and the contemporary era of influencer culture by demonstrating that fame need not come at the expense of performance, and that being a fan favorite can be just as significant as having top rankings. Her participation in Unrivaled is evidence that athletes may have many facets, inspire others, and provide entertainment while maintaining a high level of competition. For Clark, as Unrivaled moves toward its upcoming season, all eyes will be on Clark, and seeing Martin succeed in this role might be the motivation she needs to follow her friend into this new frontier. Fans are excited to see if she will make the leap because, for many, her participation would be the ultimate indication that Unrivaled is here to stay and that the league has a future and a vision. It's a significant moment that could change the direction of women's basketball because if Clark joins, she won't just be playing in a league. She'll be helping to shape its identity alongside Martin and the other players who have chosen this unorthodox path. Ultimately, it's obvious that the stakes are high. Whatever Clark decides, one thing is certain: her influence will be felt throughout the league, ushering in a new era for women's basketball that is driven by passion, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to the game. For fans, the prospect of seeing Clark and Martin reunite is exciting, a chance to watch two icons create something extraordinary together. Clark's decision will likely set the tone for how other players approach Unrivaled, influencing whether it becomes a stepping stone for new talent or a mainstay in the world of women's sports.